Hmm. All right, we are live. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
So we
So
did in data modeling. Okay, we were doing data exchange, right? Yesterday we did USD checker,
yes,
USD CAD, USD zip. I
yeah,
think all three of them are done. Um,
yeah.
and then what did I?
USD
Mm,
FAQ. What file format is my .usd file? Let's open it
no,
up and
I
see.
opened one. Okay. Also, let's we did it through ChatGPT, so let's just do this like review this once more, and then we can go to that next topic. So USD, okay, what does USD edit do?
Mm-hmm.
It basically
USD
converts
edit.
any single USD readable file into its temp.usd text.
Mm-hmm.
Notes USD edit foo.abc works as an Alembic editor. USD schema for all elements for Alembic file that our translator currently handles. We do not yet cover all aspects of Alembic schema. However, please be careful. Do not use USD edit an Alembic file, being the sound since round tripping is lossy. So Alembic file we cannot use USD edit. Running USD edit on very large file with lots of dense numeric data may take a long time. Create a really large text file in your temp area where Python's temp file package decides to put it and may push the boundaries of your editor scalability. Okay, USD CAD writes USD files either as text to std out or to a specified output file. Usage USD CAD options input file notes. Okay, so what are the flags? Basically over here, help out file USD format. Okay, use this underlying file format for output files with extension USD. For example, passing output .usd USD format USDA will create output.usd as text file. The USD default file format environment variable is another way to achieve this. Okay, so what was okay? USD cat is used to basically
Display.
display
Display the
USD
file.
as text. Okay, yes, or write it to another file. Commonly used to convert USDC to USDA. Is this correct? USDC to USDA.
Yes,
Okay,
yes. You remember we did this? Like I think
this was one of the
in one of.
questions, right?
No, this was not one of the question, but we did do it as a practical when we were initially
I
trying
know,
to
yeah. No, but we
learn
did
open.
not do that as a. Oh, we converted
Dude,
.USD to USDA. I remember
no, it
that
was
because
dude. There was a
bro,
file that we are not
I
able
did
to
that.
open.
I did that. I have done that. We used
Yeah, I'm
USD
telling
cat
that was
to.
compiled format. That's what I'm saying. That was a
Mhm.
compiled format. You remember you were not able to open that file.
Yeah,
It
so
was
that's why I
converted
converted
manually.
it into USDA, and then it was
Yes, using USD
opening.
cat. Yes, using USD cat.
Okay. So the multi-file input USD cat does not perform any kind of merge or of the content is separate in separate files, and there is no such utility to do so. Yet parameterizing that problem is an interesting challenge. It simply dumps the contents of each file sequentially. The flatten option uses USD stage export. Okay, the flatten option uses USD stage export. Okay, so you can use USD cat with flatten flag,
Yeah.
compose stage with input files as root layers and write their flattened content, which, as one might expect, bakes in effects of all composition operators, simultaneously removing operators themselves. In the result, this applies both to namespace operators like references, sublayers, and variants, and also value resolution operators like layer, reference, and time offset. Okay. Flattening a stage does preserve USD native instancing by flattening each prototype into a generated layer and adding reference on each instance to its corresponding prototype. Thus, the exported data may appear structurally different than in participating source files, but should evaluate compute identically to that of the source files. So they said, what does flatten? We had a question that said, what does flatten remove?
Flatten
Wah-
removes variant. Flatten
I
removes
know, but
variant.
where is that? They have not mentioned it over here anywhere.
Wait.
Are you sure
Dude,
flatten remove?
Yes, so like there is a separate section for flatten as well in the documentation. I'm pretty sure because I did also research it and ask AI. Like if you can also ask AI what does flatten remove, and it's going to tell you
Mhm.
about variants specifically, variants, references, and subarcs. That is what flatten removes.
So look at this, which, as one might expect, bakes in effects of all composition operators, simultaneously removing operators themselves. So this means it's gonna remove. So basically, it's gonna remove references, sublayers, and variants, all of them, not just
Yes,
variants.
references, sublayers, and variants, not just variant. Yes, it's going to remove three things when you do flatten.
USD cat with flatten layer stack, base composition, and removes references, sublayers, and variants as arcs. Hmm. What is the difference between USD cat flatten and USD cat flatten stack?
What
What
is
is
the
the
difference
difference?
between
USD
you?
cat flatten and USD cat flatten layer stack.
So in flatten, you are gonna remove only references and sublayers and on the subarcs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in flatten layer stack, you are gonna basically remove most of the things that exist over there. So most of the things I'm talking about, the payloads, references, and you're gonna flatten the whole layer out. So how would I understand? How would I say? So we have multiple layers, right? So you're going to compile multiple layers into a single layer when you use flatten layer stack.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I remember and what I recall right now.
Mm-hmm.
That you so when you do a complete resolution for the layer stack, flatten layer stack, it's gonna remove all the references that you're gonna mention. It's gonna directly give you the compiled USD in your main layer and your compiled value resolution that are gonna exist, and no variants will exist at that point in that main root layer that you're trying that will that the final flatten layer stack will have.
Mm-hmm.
This does not flatten composition arcs such as references.
1 second,
And
bro.
right. Yeah.
I'm just booking my game for
Which
tomorrow.
game? Oh,
Football.
I see.
I'm gonna play tomorrow. 90 minutes. Okay. So yeah, what did you say? Compose stages with input files as root layers and write their flattened content, and flatten the layer stack with the given root layer and write out the results. Unlike flatten,
Yeah.
this does not flatten composition arcs such as references. Okay, so this does not flatten the composition arcs.
Yes.
Okay,
So
flatten
it
layer
will
stack
directly give
does
you the
not.
final values into the layer.
Mm-hmm. Okay, skip source file comment is if flatten is specified, skip adding a comment regarding the source of the flattened layer in the documentation field of the output layer. Limit stage population. Bro, we're gonna do this till 12:30, then I'm gonna sleep.
Okay, okay, yeah, this one. So 12:30.
It's 11:30 over there.
Yeah, no, it's 11.
What?
So
The
right now,
time
what time is over
time
there?
difference is gonna be 1 hour, right? Right now it's 12:06. It
Oh yeah,
must.
it's 1 hour. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's 11:06. Yeah, okay, okay, yeah, that's fine.
Uh, okay, so okay, we have done this. So USD Diff runs a diff program on the result of USD cat ting 2 named USD readable files. It is currently quite primitive with limitations noted below, but even so can be quite useful. USD diff compares two USD readable files using a selected diff program. This is chosen by looking at the USD diff environment variables. If this is unset, it will consult with the diff environment variable. Lastly, if neither of these is set, it will try to use a canonical Unix program, diff. This will relay the exit code of the selected diff program when comparing two USD files. Each file contained in an what the compares two USD readable files by running USD cat first and then the diff tool USD diff. Okay. Useful for debugging pipeline output changes. Pipeline output changes. It is a primitive and does not do fuzzy numerical comparisons, so tiny floating point differences will show up. F compares flattened composed results. Why does USD diff report a difference for visually identical files? When would you use USD diff F? USD diff F flatten fully composes both layers as USD stages and flatten into single layers. Oh fuck, bro. Now I realize why it should have been variants over there. Fuck.
Hmm.
This question. Mm, okay, fully composed both layers. Okay, USD view is the most basic one. You already know. GL preview,
Yeah.
scene graphs, navigation, introspection, a growing set of diagnostic debugging facilities, and an interactive Python interpreter. Okay. Oh, so USD checker, USD CAD, USD zip, and USD file format specification. Python interpreter. Okay. The slightest precision difference will cause a diff. Okay, numerical comparison.
USD View is the most featured USD tool combining interactive GL preview, scene graph navigation, and introspection, a growing set of diagnostics and debugging facilities, and an interactive pattern interpreter.
Okay, USD View is the most fully featured USD tool combining interactive GL preview, scene graph navigation, and introspection, a growing set of diagnostic debugging facilities, and an interactive Python interpreter. So we have used both of them: RenderStorm, Embry, RenderMan, RES, RenderMan, XPU, GL, Select prim path, camera, prim path, blah blah blah. No render, no plugins. View a USD file, position and arguments. The file to view optional. Show this help message and exit. Okay, okay. The main interactive viewer slash debugger, GL Hydra preview, scene graph, navigation, property, inspection, layer composition, debugging, diagnostics, and Python console. Unloaded opens without loading payloads. Useful for large scene. Okay. This is important. We need to remember that unloaded opens it without loading the do not load the payloads.
Right? USD View does that.
USD view with the flag unloaded. Opens without loading payloads, useful for large scenes, mask limits population. Uh, no render can speed up inspection when you only need hierarchy data. Session layer overrides can affect exported opinions. Okay. Display unloaded prints with bounding boxes. BB box stand in. Dump first images, first name, first frame, current frame, complexity. Quit after startup, quit immediately after startup, session layer, mute layer. I think there was a flag for time code as well. Detached layers. I remember camera. Camera was the one. Yes, camera was one. Which camera? So by default, I think it's the
Mm-hmm.
camera 01 or something that we used to do.
Okay.
By default, it
Oh,
sets
yeah,
the.
yes, I do remember that. If you do not
Mm,
set a camera, then it's gonna pick up randomly any camera angle.
yeah. No, it does not pick up any camera angle. It just loads the stage like the default. Okay, so render, select prempath. Render can be used to select any render delegate whose plugin have been installed. Default Hydra render Storm. Select prempath, loads images and render the entire stage, but selects prempath in the browser. And positions the free camera as if one had a hid F frame selection hotkey. Okay, loaded, no render, num threads, complexity. Okay, Hydra uses subdiv to refine mesh gprims whose subdivision schema. Subdivision scheme is anything other than a polygonal. Bro, what is subdivision scheme? I need to know this. There was a question over there, and I don't even know what that is.
Oh yeah, I also do remember there was a subdivision schema. I
Subdivision
think it's
scheme.
the way that that it's the way how you divide a polygon. Oh no, it's inverse. It's an algorithm that turns a simple block 3D shape into a smooth, highly detailed object. It works like baking dough. You start with rough gauge of points, and the computer repeatedly splits and averages those points to
Bro, look
create a
at the
soft.
chat.
Who's there?
Bhaiya, please make one short videos teaching complete concepts, please.
You got followers, bitch. You got followers.
Bhaiya, make one short videos. Brother, let us understand first. We will make it
Yes,
later.
it's gonna take a while. But we are definitely working on an iOS app, so yeah, that
Yeah,
might help.
yeah. This guy is coming out with an application, so you'll be able to download it directly from the App Store.
Yeah.
But if your
So,
broadcast is using some Android shit, I don't know about that.
yeah, it's gonna take a while for Android. I'm Ayush, finally at IT BTech in Mumbai. I really want to learn from these two programs. Please, can you make one shot or playlist? That's the plan. I would say
That's the goal. Stay
that's the
tuned.
that's the But first, we are
Stay
trying to get
tuned.
certifications. Once we have our certifications, then we would be able to guide other people out as well. Oh, dude, you have 100 subscribers. I just saw it.
Yeah,
A century has been done. I think Ayush is the one.
probably. Probably. Okay, so subdivision scheme is a USD geo mesh attribute that tells USD slash renderers how to treat a mesh surface. Uniform token subdivision scheme is equal to Catmull Clark. Okay, you said what was Catmull Clark?
Whoa, bro, I always keep forgetting Catmull Clark.
It was an algorithm, I remember that.
So subdivision schema is also an algorithm. Catmull Clark is also an algorithm. But oh yeah, so it's also an algorithm that is so subdivision schema and Catmull Clark. Both of them are used for smoothing your polygonal meshes. So what it does is, like, there are different ways how you can do it, but in in simple terms, when you define a polygonal mesh, it will have breakpoints, right? Like dots connecting it. It won't be smooth. But when you use these kind of algorithms, right? So they're gonna use their algorithm and start smoothing out the surfaces. So basically, your sharp points or sharp edges starts to get curved by using that algorithm, and so that once you do that, then you will have a smoother surface of that object, and you will have the complete renderer.
Yeah.
I would say that, like, that's what all these schemas are for, but they're basically using different algorithms. The only base goal for them is to have smoothened out surfaces. Once you have defined your polygonal object, design, or model, whatever we can say. But once you have defined that and you want to have the object in a complete format, like for example, let's say this flower vase or something like that. So you can see this has this smoothened out surfaces. But
Hmm.
if you try to look at raw and how a computer will look at, so it will look it will try to look it at like the sharp edges that you have over here. These are also polygonal mesh network kind of, I would say. So
Hmm.
when you take this and map onto this
Hmm.
without any it's going to look like a bit broken. It will have sharp edges. It won't have that smoothness. But
Hmm.
once you apply the subdivision schema,
Hmm.
right, that algorithm or the Catmull
Schema
Clark
or
algorithm,
scheme? It's called scheme, bro. Subdivision scheme.
oh sorry, scheme, my bad. Subdivision scheme, it's gonna start smoothing out the curves. So instead of having these pointed edges, you will
Hmm.
start to have these curves, and that will basically make your object look better and aesthetically, and also when you try to open it any view like that. So
Hmm.
this is what these algorithms are meant for. And for our use cases, we tend to go with subdivision schema. Like specifically, if you're trying to convert an obj to cat, not cat,
Hmm.
to usda, for that you're going to use subdivision schema rather than Catmull Clark schema.
He's asking what is your code forces rating?
What's your code forces rating? No, brother, we don't do competitive coding, so we do not have that kind of rating.
Mine is 2900.
Your code force rating is 2900.
Yeah,
Damn, bro. People parting.
in your background today, not mine.
Dude, literally, I have a pub down below me, like you, like you, and they are watching FIFA and getting drunk. So there's that.
Oh yeah, the game is going on, right? Mexico versus something.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mexico
What's
versus
the score?
Ecuador.
Oh, Mexico. Oh, Canuto. Shout out to Canuto.
Mexico is winning, bro. Full time,
Oh,
Mexico
2-0.
won. It already
Oh,
won.
they also got a red card. One of the player from Ecuador, he got a red card.
But it was at 90 plus 5. Doesn't make a
Dude,
difference.
even Ecuador is playing in FIFA and not India, bro. What the fuck?
Bro, there's this small island, Bosnia and Hertz, or Hershey or something. Bosnia and Hershey. It's smaller than fucking Manhattan, like that country. And they are in the round of 32 or something in FIFA. No,
Holy
no
shit.
fucking
Bro.
team from
Shame on India,
India.
man. Shame on India.
But I think next World Cup India will be playing. In the next World Cup, India might be in FIFA. I hope.
Okay. Okay. So you said your rating is 2900.
Yeah,
Okay. So you're saying that you come in top 100. I see.
top 60.
Bitch ass. No, it's not top 60, I guess.
Bro, it's top 60.
No,
Like
it's not top 60, dude. It's not top 60.
59th is the guy
Yeah,
who has 2900 rating.
yeah. 59 is the guy. Coding for joy. And dude,
Voting
that
for
guy
enjoy.
that guy is not even from USA. He's from
He's
I
from
don't know which
Russia.
country.
Russia.
Yeah. He's from Russia.
User is disabled.
Who says that?
His profile is disabled, whatever. But what is this
Qatar.
code forces, bro? We
Oh,
can do this too.
dude, Code Forces is competitive programming. That is like something else. Do you want to do competitive programming right now instead of
F-
OpenUSD?
I mean, obviously, we
Yeah,
can.
Qatar cheated. He's saying that Qatar cheated. That's why.
Qatar cheated, that's why. What?
Yeah,
Who cheated?
I don't know.
In code forces? I think he
No,
saw.
no, I don't know. I think he's talking about FIFA.
Oh. Oh, damn, there's a guy from India on number 25 in code forces.
Yeah, bro. Dominator. Dude, this guy was on number one. I think he's from IIT.
IIT.
Yeah, I thought so.
Oh, bro, I think I know this guy. I've
Oh,
seen him
right.
on YouTube.
I think
He used
dominator.
to. Yeah, I think I have seen him on YouTube and he was the guy from IIT. Yes. Shreyan Ray, yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He also streams. His name is something journey to becoming a Code Forces Grandmaster. And what's our subscriber saying? Nothing. A subscribe Aryan guy. He is Indian and global 30th ranking yesterday night. Wow.
Aryan guy.
Yeah, Aryan.
Shreyan.
That's what I think you're discussing right now.
Shreyan Ray code for. Yep. I saw. Yeah, this is the guy. I remember him.
He has sold like fucking 4K problems. Damn.
But bro, like, how is it? What sense would it make, like, to solve problems?
Problem solving skills, brother.
I mean, okay, but where are they
Dude,
gonna use that?
this was something that is like Olympiad thing, right? It's an Olympiad. Why do we still have maths Olympiad?
That's true. Yeah.
right? So that's why we have like a coding Olympiad. I would basically infer that in that analogy.
Makes sense. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
anyway, USD geom mesh. Okay, let's get back to this.
Mm-hmm.
A USD geom mesh can represent both a normal polygon mesh and a subdivision surface. Okay, normal polygon mesh and subdivision surface.
Mm.
USD decides which behavior to use through the subdivision scheme attribute. Bro, one second. Oh, this fucking
What?
it's not giving out the responses like it used to, like the notebook version. Um, like this best practices, Python cheat sheet. Oh, yeah. What
Dude, the
is
walls are getting.
the let's see now. Whether it should be treated as a raw polygon mesh or smooth subdivision surface. The most exam important value is none, meaning do not smooth or subdivide render or authored polygon as is. What what it is. In OpenUSD, a mesh stores topology using points, face vertex counts, and face vertex indices. Then subdivision scheme tells the renderer how to interpret those topology. Hmm, one second. Calendar. Bruh.
What?
Nothing. Alright, I was just setting alarms for tomorrow.
Oh, you got office?
Yeah, I'm not gonna go,
Nice.
but I'm just gonna wake up early to do some work and then I'm gonna study.
Okay, okay.
In OpenUSD, a mesh stores topology using points, face vertex counts, face vertex indices, and subdivision scheme. Oh yeah, but tomorrow I'm not going to the gym. I'm gonna go play football. So
Nice.
then subdivision scheme tells the renderer how to interpret that topology. Okay, def mesh, cube mesh, uniform token subdivision, none. 0.3F points. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, USD record. Let's see what was USD record. USD record is a command line utility for generating images of a USD stage. Image output by the tool are generated by Hydra and are equivalent to those displayed in the viewer in USD view. Okay, so USD record is just used to generate images from a USD file. USD file to record output image path for frame ranges. Okay, 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 okay. Show this help message and exit. Limit the stage population to these frames. Okay, 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 okay. Specify the geo measurable purposes should be included in the renderers. The default purpose is automatically included, so if you need to specify only the additional purposes, if you want more than one extra purpose, either use commas with no spaces or code the argument and separate purposes. Session layer. If specified, the stage will be opened with one session layer. Okay. So nothing crazy. Only cameras flag. Okay, when a camera name prim path name or prim path is given, images of the scene will be generated as you viewed from that camera. Okay. Otherwise, default camera framing of the geometry. Okay. USD resolve. Command line AR resolve resolution of asset paths. Okay. USD resolve resolves asset paths using configure USD asset resolver. Very relevant for pipeline asset management and custom resolver debugging. Okay. USD tree prints the terminal Unix tree like summary for USD layer or composition. So writes a tree structure of USD file. The default is to inspect a single USD file. Use the flatten argument to see the flattened or composed stage tree. Special metadata kind and active are always shown if authored unless simple is provided. So flatten is gonna compose the stage with the input file as a root layer and write flattened content. Okay. Only display prim names, no specifier, kind or active state. Okay, simple only display prim names, no specifier or okay. USD zip utility for creating USD Z packages from USD composition and asset images and other future references. Uh, okay, utility for creating your .usd. Hmm. USD checker attempts to validate USD or USDZ file using a series of rules and metrics that will evolve over time. Yes, this tool currently provides the best assurance that an asset will be properly interchangeable and renderable by Hydra. That's cool. Utility for checking the compliance of a given USD stage or USD package. Only the first. Okay, name the input of the file that inspect. USD fix broken Pixar schema. The attempt to fix. Wait. Creates and inspects USD packages, USDZ packages, useful for delivery, interchangeable portability, and packaging referenced assets. Check compliance, prevent package creation. If compliance check fails, asset isolates or resolvable root asset. There's dependencies. Packaging does not automatically make bad asset structure good. Which tool creates a USDZ package? What does USDZ check compliance do? Okay. USD checker, USD broken Pixar schemas, fixes USD, USDZ layer for updates introduced by new Pixar schema version. Okay, it is not general fixer for USD checker validation. It creates backup for USD extracts and repackages recursively. Aggregates multiple USD files into one file, especially useful when each input represents a time of slice of a scene. Not the same as flattening, it preserves merges, composition arcs, prevents the composition arcs differently from USD CAD flatten and time samples are unioned across inputs. Earlier input files are stronger except time samples are merged with conflict resolution. Value clips look for time. Okay. USD USD stitch clips. I see. USD stitch aggregates multiple USD files into one file. Especially useful when each input represents a time of slice of a scene. Okay. Build a value clip representation from a sequence of USD files good for large animation caches, simulations, effects, and time sample data split across many files. Gotcha, gotcha. Bro, how many fucking USD utility tools are there?
There are a lot.
USD dump crate provides information on
It's only for
USD.
C file.
Yeah.
Like
Dump
that's for
crate provides
the
information on USD file, including encoded using USD crates file format. This can be useful for very low level debugging usage. SDF dump. Why are four people watching us?
followers.
I feel bad of to end stream when people are watching, and I need to end the
Yeah,
stream now.
no worries. Sorry guys, we have to end the stream soon. Oh, nice.
SDF dump. Okay, SDF filter provides information in a variety of formats. Okay, so let's just find this. So subdivision is a what is used source topology using points, face vertex counts, face vertex indices. The subdivision scheme tells the renderer how to interpret that topology. Okay, def mesh, cube mesh, uniform token subdivision scheme, none. Here are the vertices, faces. Here are the vertices and faces. Okay, should those faces stay flat polygon or become a smooth surface? I see. Render as regular polygon mesh, hard surface models, game style meshes, CAD-like reports, export. Smooth subdivision surface, character, organic shapes, film VFX assets, loop subdivision scheme mainly for triangle meshes, less common in basic USD workflows. Bilinear subdivide divide without smoothing.
Food the same way.
As subdivide without smoothing, keep shape more linear and blocky. Okay, big one to remember. Certification is uniform token subdivision scheme equal to none. That means no subdivisional smoothing. A mesh can look very different depending on this setting. Visual idea. Oh, authored polygon cage, subdivision scheme none. Render the cage directly. Subdivision scheme is equal to Catmull Clark. Treat the cage as smooth control surface. So if the cube or low poly object looks unexpectedly round or smooth, subdivision scheme is one of the first things to check. Okay, simple example: polygon cube versus smooth cube. None. Just keeps cube hard and polygonal. Catmull Clark. Use the cube-like topology as control cage for smoother subdivided surface. Okay, Python example line by line, subdivision example, mesh. Okay, mesh dot subdivision scheme attribute is none, line by line. I see, I see, I see. Save the okay, how to identify example. Well, even though the authored points are boxy, likely
Box.
issue subdivision scheme is equal to Cartman Clark, or the mesh does not explicit subdivision scheme equal to none. A DCC exports polygonal mesh to USD, but they render rounded in USD view or another renderer. Okay, brother, I got it. I got it. Yeah, that doesn't run out
What are
of
normals? Dude, there was a question regarding normals something. What are normals? Or normals? What are that?
I don't know. 6 viewers? What the hell? What's going on today?
3D graphics. I think people we were awaiting for our stream maybe. In 3D graphics, normals are vector perpendicular to a surface that describes which direction that surface is facing. So I think I do remember there was a question related to normals. I do not recall it thoroughly, but yeah, there
Hmm.
was some question related to normals.
Normals.
Normals, normals. Whatever. Normals and
Measure
OpenUSD.
performance. USD checker we have done. USD cat is done. USD zip is done. Okay. USD FAQ. What file format? Hmm.
Oh, it's for per point surface orientation for shading, either implicitly computed from topology or subdivision, or explicitly authored via normals. Normals. By default, a USD geomesh is a subdivision mesh, so, and its surface normals are computed implicitly from the mesh topology and its orientation. So for the subdivision mesh, you typically do not author normals. Subdivision algorithm defines smooth. Mhm.
I see. Hmm. Okay, so this was the next link on that uh,
Mhm.
thing, which is
Mhm.
the what file format is my USD file.
Mhm.
So as shown in the table above, okay, USD is human readable, USDC is random access create binary, either of the above is .usd. Okay, as shown in the table above, USD files created with the plain.usd extension can be in either binary bag create
Back.
file.x files. This can be advantageous in certain scenarios. For example, if one USD file which contains reference to plain.usd assets,
Those assets
those
can.
assets can be converted between binary and text without changing the source which refers to them. When automating USD, the underlying format of encoding the
Thing.
.usd extension can be specified using file format arguments as observed in SDF layer, create new or SDF layer export. Developers
Developers
can
can also use.
also the user USD default file format environment variable to control the default underlying format. The environments variable is used when the underlying format is not explicitly specified through file format arguments. Valid values for USD default file format environment variables and their behaviors are detailed below. Okay, so unset is random access create binary, USDC is random access create binary again, USDA is human readable,
UTF
um,
it.
UTF-8 text. Okay, what character encoding does USDA support? So that's not needed. Okay. USDC file format specification maximizing USD performance. Encoding, creating new schema, gen classes with USD gen schema, jump point property, namespace, get extent hint, USD bar, geom border, compute extend. Mm-hmm. Okay, bro, let's continue tomorrow.
Okay, all right.
I will end the stream now. 49 minutes, not bad. Streak is continued.
Mm, yes,
What
sir.
time do you
The
want to do
stream.
tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I will let you in the morning. I think if when are you free in the? Are you free in the morning at any point? Maybe.
Bro, I cannot do it between office. I'm free
Yeah.
after 8 tomorrow, which is after
After
7. Oh, wait. Yeah, for
oh,
you.
I think we can. We might. Okay, I think we have something late. We can do around
Seven
same time,
viewers.
11.
What the fuck is going on today? Like now, today, if I when I want to end the stream early, today people are joining the fucking stream. Wow,
It's fine.
what the hell,
So we can start around 11. I would say 11 would work for me. That means 12 for you.
guys? Do you want us to continue? Put it in the chat.
Let me take a look at the chat. Mm,
Nobody's in the
no
chat
one
right
is.
now, but there is like seven people watching us. If you want us to continue,
Now
we will
it's
continue.
4. Yeah, it's 4 now. It's 4.
It's four. I can see the seven people
Yeah,
concurrent
it's fine.
viewers.
Fine now. Like, I'm also watching it right now. I'm one of them, I would say. So you can do -1. Now, when no one is willing to answer in the chat, chat, come on, just give us a hint. 7 watching now. Holy shit.
What the hell is going on today?
Okay, I think no one wants us to continue. I would say
Alright,
that's why I'm.
yeah, I'll stop.